Hello and welcome to Match Week 3 OVPL review. I'm Jay, my partner in crime here, Ryan.
How's it going?
Going well, my man. Match Week 3 already here. A lot of games getting underway now. Just about every team has a few games under their belt, Ryan. So before we get to the Highlanders here, let me pull up the league table and we'll go through that real quick. So again, mostly updated. We'll start off here in the Valley Conference. On the men's side, you see Ambassadors, Highlanders, Club Ohio right there at the top, Ohio Premier, Canton Akron United Force, and everyone else there coming in on the Valley side. Now we'll go to the River Conference. And on the River Conference, we have Valhalla FC, 5-0, followed by Evansville, Northern Kentucky Nitro, Danville Locomotive, Indy Saints. And then you can see everybody else there as well. And then on the women's side, we have North FC and Dynamo FC at the top, followed by Club Ohio, Sporting Columbus, Cincy FC, and Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Ryan, I know you guys have played one or two games? Two games since we last spoke, I believe.
Um, 2 games? I believe it's one game. Not sure.
One game. Well, tell us what you did.
Tell us. Well, we played this Saturday. We played Sporting Columbus. We hosted them here in Wheeling and 1-2-1. We got another win. It was a good performance in parts, and then not so good in other parts. Kind of an interesting season that way. But at the end of the day, if you're not playing 100% and you're still winning, we're going to take it. A couple of really good goals, I will say, from our part, and you'll probably queue up the highlights here. Marco Kramer, who's our winger from Switzerland originally, he's really come on strong and notched two very good goals. One back post volley, and then the other one a 1-2 with a nice shot in the bottom corner. So it's just been that was a good highlight from the weekend, but we're still struggling for a little bit of form, but that's okay. We'll get there, and we got a game this Wednesday. We go up to Youngstown and play Project 24 in its first game between our two clubs. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds good, and it's hard to believe it's almost the middle of June, and as you could tell there from the table, some teams have already gotten 4 or 5 games under their belt. I was lucky enough to be able to take in the Club Ohio doubleheader this weekend. The men's and women's team had their first doubleheader. I believe it's their only home doubleheader of the summer. So it was a great night. We had pretty good attendance, a lot of people out there watching. And again, just as word continues to spread in everyone's community, people going out there and supporting the games. You and I were talking a little bit earlier this week off camera about Danville again. If you follow OVPL teams and different clubs online, they had a great crowd. I believe a lot of kids from their camp. Was that correct?
It seemed like it's a soccer camp of some sort. And from what I saw from the video online, and they had a few hundred people there at the game.
Yeah, they were going crazy. They had a packed house at their game. And again, this is the first year for Danville in the OVPL. So again, a lot of great things going on. We're glad to have, very excited to have our guest this week, Adam Jones, the boys coach and director of the OVPL teams, I would say right now from Club Ohio. He had a lot of good things to say, and we're looking forward to his interview. And with that being said, Ryan, real quick, what do you have coming up now for the Highlanders on your side?
So like I said, we got a game on Wednesday up in Youngstown. We play Project 24, and then we've got a game on Saturday following that over at Ambassadors. And so it's a big week for us. We'll see how it goes. We're quietly optimistic. We've got the ability, just got to put it together, and excited about it. I will say, I just want to add as well, it is pretty evident in the league, the level of the league on both sides, the river and the valley this year is up a notch. It really is good. It's very competitive. The top 3-4 teams are in the hunt on both sides, and it's just really good to see. I think, like I said, I think the league level all across the board has gone up a notch, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. So before we bring your interview, I have a couple shout outs, Roz. I want to give a shout out to Drea's Food Truck. They did a great job as we hosted our doubleheader the other night. Bubba's Shaved Ice was great as well. A lot of kids enjoyed that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And I also want to give a special shout out to Mark Miriello, one of our friends and coach Sporting Columbus. He was a big help. We had a cancellation, during the week, and we were able to get his team to fill in. So they played Sporting Columbus played Club Ohio again. It was kind of a last minute
On
thing
the women's side.
on the women's side. And just a big shout out to him. He helped out a lot. He provided the live stream for both games that night for everyone out there. And just a shout out to his team as well, his women's team, a lot of the girls for showing up and getting the game in. So congrats to him, and we appreciate all their help. So with that being said, here's our match week 3 interview with Adam Jones from Club Ohio. Adam, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Adam, this is your first year, correct, with OVPL. So tell us some of your initial thoughts.
Yeah, so first year with OVPL, really familiar with it. I'm from Cincinnati originally, and Brandon, who's one of the founders, is a big name down in Cincinnati, and so always something that we've been familiar with. When I came to Club Ohio, we knew we wanted to get this program up and running again. So in the past, Club Ohio had done it. They took a year off, and now we're back with both the boys and girls side. Boys team's 3 games in, girls team is 2 games in. We have a really, really strong numbers at Club Ohio. The interest is really, really high in OVPL and in U23 play. And it's been fantastic so far. The numbers in training have been awesome. The training environment has been fantastic. The results have been pretty good. Our boys team is 3-0 through 3 games. Our girls team is 1-1 with 2 competitive games versus Sporting Columbus both times, 1-0 win and an 0-1 loss. But really competitive games throughout. So nothing but good things to say about the OVPL, and I've gotten to meet you 2 fine gentlemen. So making friends, which is really hard for me. So
that's a byproduct.
A good thing. Yeah.
So Adam, you guys are off to a great start on the men's side. I know about that, so I'll focus on that. I think you're the only team with a 100% record of three games, 3 wins, including beating us. But just tell us a little bit about your roster. I always ask this question, the makeup of the players. Is there any high school players? Are there any older guys that are past college, or is it mainly college guys? And if so, where are they from?
Yeah, so we have a massive roster, like I talked about. We have 38 kids total. Now, to give you a little backstory, when I met with Costa, our managing director at Club Ohio, and he floated the idea of going back into the OVPL, and we agreed on it. We decided a couple things. Number one, this wasn't going to be a moneymaker for the club, so we weren't doing the OVPL to try to make Club Ohio a bunch of money. Really, what it was an opportunity to give back to our college guys and to create an environment for them to come home to where they could train at a really high level and compete with each other, get good training, get good games, and be ready to be successful on the field in the fall for their college teams. And so we made the fees dirt cheap, to be honest with you. We sent it out to some Club Ohio guys, and really it just gained a lot of traction with local colleges. So one guy from Ohio Northern would fill out our interest form, and then, within a week I'd have 5 guys from Ohio Northern, contacting me. We have quite a few kids from Capital in the Columbus area. And then I previously was at Cup. Cup originally was going to do a boys OVPL side. They were setting it up. They were getting interest forms. They didn't feel like early on they had enough interest to support a team. And so Scott Bauer, the director there, contacted me and said, hey, if you want, you can reach out to these kids. And so we did. And I would say about 15 of our players are from the Cincinnati area. So we're a weird mesh of Columbus and Cincinnati. And the crazy thing about Columbus, man, that I'm learning, I just moved here a couple months ago, is the player pool is ridiculous. I mean, it's huge. You even see it in the OVPL. There's so many different OVPL clubs within the Columbus market, and they're very good. Like OP's OVPL team, I watched them this weekend on their live feed. And they're fantastic. They've done well. They're 2-0-1, and they tied a really, really talented ambassadors team yesterday. So the Columbus area is incredible. But getting back to your question, it's a younger team. We're mostly, I would say, freshmen and sophomores in college. We have a good number of players from our U19 team, our 05 players from Club Ohio that are going to be going to college or going to be going overseas in different programs. We have guys from Wright State, a handful of guys from Eastern Illinois. Like I've said, Ohio Northern. We have Capital. We have Wittenberg. We have one player from Bellarmine. So it's a mix of Division I, Division II, Division III, kids that are playing overseas, kids from Cincinnati, kids from Columbus. It's a big mesh of players. But they're young and they're hungry and they want to be better and they want to be coached, and that's what's created a great environment for us. I think is everyone, despite the fact that they're coming from all over the place and have different experiences, they all have the same goals, and that's what's driven us forward.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we were talking off camera, Adam. Tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you're already kind of finding your way through here as a coach early on in the season with the OVPL, summer, college players, all those kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to the age of the players, the game is the game, and players are players, and so as long as you treat them with respect and you're honest with them, and there's clarity in conversation, kids will respect you, or young men will respect you, and so that's something I've never had an issue with. I've always been a player's coach. I've always been a relationship guy, and that's what's driven me forward. It's allowed me to be successful, especially with our older ages, to be honest with you. And I respect the sacrifices that they make, and I think they respect the fact that I'm willing to sacrifice my time and energy on them because I care about them. So that's been great. I think the challenge at Club Ohio with our OVPL team is we have such big numbers. We have 38 players on our roster. The way we do games is I ask who's available, and we can play 22. They extended that this year in their bylaws. So it used to be you could only play 18 a game. Now in the OVPL you can play 22. And so we max that out, and we try to get 22 on a roster if guys are available. I think what's hard, and any coach will know, is playing 22 guys, especially at a level like this, really disrupts rhythm and flow in a game. And guys can't get used to each other. There's not clearly defined roles. I think that's been difficult. When I first met with our guys, I said, hey, all I care about is creating a competitive training environment for you. That's it. Like, we want you to be sharp. We want you to be ready. We want you to be fit, like ready to go once you go back to your universities. Like, that's what this is for. Games are secondary. Games are fun. And if we win, great. And if we lose, it's okay. Like, let's make sure we're getting better. And then we started to win. And so now, like, all of a sudden, everything's changing. And we're like, well, wait a minute. Like, we want to finish top two. Like we want to win this. And so they're starting to get competitive. They're following the table. They're watching the live feeds. It's been really actually fun seeing them come together on the basis of competition. And so now I think we have changed what we want to do. We want to continue to, create the best training environment for our kids possible. Our primary goal is to ensure that our kids are ready to compete in the fall. But our secondary goal is to win an OVPL championship. And so now that's kind of what we're after. The final thing I would say is what's also difficult is tactics. Like just having so many different numbers of defenders, forwards, and midfielders at one time. I'll be honest with you guys. We've played about every single formation you can play in 3 games. It's ridiculous, and sometimes I'm getting in the way by making too many changes. And so one thing I told the boys was I'll be better for them, and really start to try to clearly define roles and have an identity and playing style that we want to stick with, because I think that's the only way we're going to be successful once we start to see the ambassadors of the world and the OPs of the world, which we play twice. We play OP twice this year. So, those are all going to be really, really difficult games, and we have to play at a high level if we want to be successful.
Well, I think one of the things as well that I think is interesting with this league is you don't really have any scouting on any team. So you'll see a little bit of a live feed here or there, but you don't really know what you're going to come up against. So developing a game plan, you just got to have 3 or 4 options available in your mind, I think, from a coaching point of view. And the guys have got to be ready to kind of change on the fly. And, that sort of thing I think is exciting about the league. Sometimes some college games can be a little bit stagnant because it's a chess match, but we don't have that luxury. So I think that's a funny thing as well. So.
Yeah, I play checkers, man. I'm not smart enough to do chess. So 100%. And it's like all the kids know each other though. Like even we played Canton United Force this past weekend, and some of our kids knew some of their players from college, and so it is cool, seeing the connections between the players. And the other cool thing I'll say is, these kids play on rival colleges, and then they come together and play on these OVPL teams. That's been really neat to see. We have this kid named Kuj. We call him Jack. I can't even say his last name. Something like that. He's one of our forwards, plays at Capital. Incredible. And every kid that plays against him is like, oh, you're the guy that scored a hat trick against us, or even our guys that play against them. They're always giving them crap, but it's cool to see them creating some relationships despite the collegiate rivalry. I will say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Adam, we appreciate you taking the time, and also I appreciate all your help. Adam and I worked a lot last week. Club Ohio had a double header with the women's and the men's team. And Ryan, since you're a GM, you're the kit man, coach, travel coordinator, marketing director, you know what that's like. So. Bus driver. Yeah. We had a lot of moving parts, but we made it work. So I appreciate all your help too.
Yeah, no, it was a fun weekend that couldn't be done without you, Jason. So
I wouldn't go that far, but
I would be remiss to not thank you publicly for the millions of viewers right now.
Yeah. But no, we appreciate you taking the time, Adam, and keep up the great work with the OVPL, and hope you guys continue to have a great season this summer.
Of course. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So we're glad to pull out a win today. It's our second game against Club Ohio. Tied them the first time. We're glad to get a goal out there today.
Yeah, no subs, or we had 1 sub today, so it was nice to pull that win out.
She got here late in the first half too, so
yeah.
We were glad to have water breaks, that's for sure.
Yes, it was very hot outside.
Glad we got the win today.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Avery Curtin.
Hi, I'm Ava Hurd. We are both players at Ohio Wesleyan University.
Little recap of our game today. We played the same team as last week. I think we did a lot better, connecting, and I think our chemistry got a lot better this game. So
yeah, we took a lot of shots on goal, held possession through the middle, played our wings, got some good crosses in. Just ready to keep growing over the next 6 games.
After a 2-1 victory over Akron, Canton, something like that. Who am I here with?
I'm Casey.
I'm Charlie. Tell us more about the game and how we performed.
We had a pretty good showing today. We got the victory, which is really important for the team. We were able to scuff out 3 points.
Tell us more about your first half and then your goal in the second half.
Yeah, the first half I thought we started out pretty good. I think we fell off a little bit in the middle. We brought it back. That happens. The goal, the second half, this guy played a great ball. I don't think I even had to jump off the ground. It's the first goal I've scored in years, so I'll take it, man.
Dom, Ben with Canton Akron Force here in Columbus against Club Ohio for our 4th OPVL game. It was a tough-fought battle. We were down 1-0. We tied it 1-1, and then you want to take the rest.
Yeah, it was a good game, good atmosphere. I think it was live streamed as well, so it was good stuff, good atmosphere, good fans today, and it was a fun game, but got to come out on top next time.
Visit our new partners, UnoZero at UnoZero.com, where classic beauty and quality meet modern design and elegance for football boots and more. Join our official partners at Dutig Brand FC, where they create quality products to make your lives easier as coaches. Visit our partners at TractionSocks.com for performance grip socks created for all athletes.